All right, boys, we got a lot to go over. Team Diamonds came out. It was a disaster. Should be called Team Disaster. Um, we'll go dive into that. We'll talk about everything that happened. Talk about the market a little bit. Talk about what I think they can do to fix it. What they can do for us as the community to. Honestly, it's gonna take more than a make right. This is terrible. We'll go over it, and I'll also be live streaming when they do their stream tonight. There's supposed to be a stream going over season 4 and everything. So if you want to check me out on Twitch, it's twitch.com/Lueezy, Luueezy. All right, let's dive into the video. All right, so first things first, with Team Diamonds, we had these store offers. These are just a slap in the face, dude. Like, first of all, Team Diamonds having packs at all, just stupid. But they decided they needed to make some money, so you got 80 plus and then a 50% chance at an 85. I mean, it is a platinum player. It's nice coins. And EA messed up right away in the morning. They had this bundle was literally free, so they had to gate 75% of the community, let 25% play. We'll get into that later more. And then your 86s at 54% chance at 87, who cares? And then a 20% chance at a 95. This is a slap in the face. I mean, why even put 95 in the game if you can't use a set, do a set to get them anything? You have to spend money. Just a slap in the face. It's just disgusting, honestly. I'm still a little pissed off about it. And then you got the 92 opportunity pack for 58 points, 5,800 credits, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Just terrible. I mean, 54% chance at an 84, less than a 10% chance at a 90 plus, and then a 50% chance at a 92 for the $50 bundle is crazy, dude. I mean, just a slap in the face. Well, that's it for the store offers. We'll move into the market now. What's going on with that? All right, so now we'll dive into the market. As you can see, these Team Diamonds are cheaper than normal, mainly because of these store offers, which isn't a bad thing. You know, they should be cheaper, but there should have been some type of forewarning that they weren't 95s. They advertised 95s, and then we get 92s. And the only way to get a 95 is spend $100 and you have a 20% chance at a random 95. So then EA realized they messed up, and then their dumbass solution is to add a 95 and a 92 to a set, and then you get to pick whatever 95 you want. What good does that do? That doesn't do any good. Now, I do think adding 95 to the game was dumb in the first place. There should have just been the 2 96 overalls. That would have made these cards valuable to do the set. Would have been a fun time. But instead, you got a ton of 95s, and you have to pay to get them. So if you don't spend money on the game, you'll never get one. It's just all around, it's just terrible. It's just a slap in the face. It was just a money grab. It's just a pure money grab by EA, and then they tried to remedy the problem, realizing that people couldn't get the 95 overalls they wanted, even if they spent money. You only have one shot at it too, so there's a very limited amount of 95s, which I think there should be a limited amount of 95s. If you're playing against 95, like, what's the point of playing the game? I don't run the best team possible. I run my favorite theme team, and then another theme team that I think's good or that I enjoy running with. And if you had to go against all 95s, it would be stupid. It wouldn't even be fun anymore. So they should have never introduced all these 95s. And then what that did is it caused all these prices to crash. It caused the 95s, the champions, the diamond champions, to be worthless, essentially. Not worthless, but just not what they used to be. Not like, oh, top tier, like, man, that's the best card in the game, right? Like, it's cool if there's one 95 or 96 on the field when you're running with 92s, 93s, right? You know, it's like, oh, it's going to be a challenge. Or if you have it, you're like, damn, this card's elite. It's really fun to play with. Just a terrible idea by EA, and it was all just for money. Just honestly a slap in the face. So what happened was a lot of people invested in these. I did invest. I'm a little pissed off about that. I mean, when I talked about it this morning on stream, we talked about how there's no way it's going to be 95s, all 95s, but there should be a way to upgrade these cards to a 95. So it will make these 92s, you know, about what they should be, probably around 800K for a 92. That can be upgraded to a 95, either through like playing something, or even if you had to use other cards to get a token to upgrade it. I think that would have been a cool idea too. Overall, it was just done piss poor. They gated 75% of the community, while a few streamers mostly were able to get in there, make the 95 overall. So they put 95 overall sets out right away. They were making 95 overall sets for the same price as these 92s, and they were able to sell them off. So some people thrive today, and by not doing anything about it and gating off the community. Well, some of them got to, was a real disappointment. They do have a stream coming up here in about an hour that I'm going to check out. I will be live streaming that. I want to see if they have something to say about it. I doubt they will. Cowards. They're cowards. So overall, these cards, they're not worth much. So anybody that invested, that grinds this game, no money spent, and then you put your time and effort into trying to make coins some way, you got screwed big time. If you would have been able to stay in the game, you'd be a gazillionaire. You'd be a billionaire for real. But all these cards, none of them are that great. So I would only say add the ones that you want to your theme team, and I would do it sooner rather than later while that store offer's in there. These cards are pretty cheap. Also, when they add that set, so you can choose which 95 you want, these will raise the value of the 92s as well, so these will go up in value. But then the overall market in itself, like team builders, they took a major hit. Like these sixes were going for 60K last night. I think they're down to like 40, 30, 42 for an 86. They were going for 60. I didn't think it was a good idea to invest in those team builders because the set was broken, so they were basically extinct. So anytime somebody put one up, they were going to be expensive. But the 87s, I thought the 87s would be a decent investment because you could make those. Those aren't, they're not a good investment. You didn't make anything, but you're not going to lose much. You know, if you put it up there, you're going to have to wait more than 54 minutes and try and sell it for 90K. So if you were buying them at 80K like you should have been, then you probably made a little bit of coin there. Just non-filtered 84s. They were going crazy for a little bit. It looks like they really took a dive. They were going for like 20 something K. Yeah, they're back down to 12 already. So if you bought them for 10, you're gonna walk away not being hurt, barely making anything, if at all. 85s I think are still profitable if you were buying them for 20. Yeah, you're gonna take a while, but you're gonna sell them off for. I think I listed a bunch of mine for 24. I think I'm just gonna hold on and wait for a little bit. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna turn it into training, and we'll just do a giant rip on whatever promo comes out with training rerolls. I mean, I'm gonna take a massive hit here. I'm losing about 6 million points, but it is what it is. EA is just money hungry. 87s to 86. 86s were nothing anyway in the first place. I was just gonna use those as training. But the 87s, they took a pretty big hit. So if you just lazy sell them up here with no filter, you'll break even if you're lucky. 87s are worthless. Now, there are some Team Diamonds that are better, and once this set, whatever they're talking about, comes out, they will be a little bit more value to them. I mean, they'll probably minimum out then to like 700K, and like the good cards will probably be closer to $1 million. And then once that store offer's gone, obviously, the store offer's gonna raise these prices. But like, I mean, 3.89 million. I remember when they had the cap on the Mutt Masters or the Team Diamond Master, and it would only let it go to 2K, and then it just jumped up to 10 mil. That's what that card is supposed to be, in my opinion. Is it's supposed to be really hard to get. And if you want to spend the money on it, okay, cool, you get one of the best players, but you spent a ton of money, whatever. But eventually you're gonna lose that worth, and that's on you if you want to. But to the people that really like grinded and wanted to build the whole set and then get one of these Diamond Masters, it's just a slap in the face. It just took the value of those 95s, those true 95s away. They should have just made them 96s. And if you really wanted to keep those 95s for everybody, there should have been a set or a way to upgrade it. Or like 392s to build a 95, you know, like add some value to it. We all know Team Diamonds is an expensive program, but there's usually no money involved unless you're ripping packs to get other cards to build the sets. Overall, just a big letdown. But we'll move on. We'll go into some MUT leaks and see what's coming out. EA made another mistake, so we'll move on and we'll talk about the next promo that's going to be coming out. Alright, so EA made another mistake today. They released the All Madden challenges. So we got to see what was the actual players coming out. So we do know now they're going to be 92s. These are actually new. We didn't know about these. These weren't part of the All Madden challenges. So this might be the following week. But we're going to get a William Perry, a Marcus Allen, a Lawrence Taylor, John Runyon, and a Joe Horn. This is what he posted earlier, showing us what we're getting. And then these were the ones that were leaked. So the 92, we're going to be getting a Brian Urlacher, a Mike Haynes, John Lynch, Keith Byers, Joe Montana, and a Matt Berg. So this also affects the Team Diamonds because they're the same overall at 92, and that Joe Montana is probably going to be QB1. None of these QBs are great, except if you get the 95 overall Vince Young. He gets Gunslinger for 2 AP. So none of these players are going to be that great. Joe Montana is probably going to be QB1 though. They'll probably give him good speed. He usually gets a good release. Raiders theme team, eating. Absolutely eating. They just got, who did they get today? Lester Hayes. And now they got Mike Haynes. 292 overall cornerbacks. They're absolutely eating. And then, so these, what he leaked earlier, these are going to be the LTDs. And then John Madden's a free player that you can get upgraded to 91 overall. And then he will fit any theme team. Hopefully they let him play any position too on the offensive line. Probably just left tackle though. Otherwise his awareness will be affected. So these are going to be your LTDs throughout the program. Now I'm not sure how they're going to do this. Looks like it's going to be at least 2 parts. And I guess there is no harvest program this year. A lot of people still think we're getting it. I kind of doubt it now. And after today, I really wonder what EA is going to do from here on out. I mean, they just boldface lied to us about what was going on. Didn't have any clarifications on anything. So who knows? We don't really know. But these are the LTDs for the All Madden program. These are going to be 93 overall. Did forget that Angry Runs did drop today. It was Anthony Richardson. I don't even see any up. I don't know if it was an accident. Usually they gets released on Wednesday with Team of the Week. We'll be waiting to see what those are. I'm sure we'll get that with the stream tonight, who Team of the Week is. Maybe we'll get some explanations. But yeah, Anthony Richardson, the 84 overall card, was given to us today. Not sure why. Just a ton of mistakes on EA's part. And that's pretty much going to do it for the video, guys. We'll see you in the wrap-up. Alright, boys. So yeah, pretty disastrous day in MUT. EA really screwed the pooch on this one. They really screwed over a lot of their community. It was just an absolute cash grab. If you want to tune in to the stream later today, I'm going to be streaming their stream, see what they had to say, see what's going on. I'll do an update video as well after that on the whole situation, what's going on. Yeah, man, it's been tough. If you prepped for Team Diamonds, I mean, I don't know what to tell you besides hold on maybe when those team offers or the store offers leave, prices might go back up, but we already have 92s coming out on Thursday that are going to be probably better. And then those 95 Diamond Masters are pretty much worthless. But yeah, man, that's going to do it. If you made it this far into the video, guys, I really appreciate it. It really help if you like the video and sub to the channel. Really appreciate that, guys. Yeah, tough day, man. Tough day. Hope you guys have a good one, though. Peace.